Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Katie, and in this video I'm going to be testing these two products. I've got the, I've got the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. My shade is Porcelain, and I'm also going to be testing the legendary Tarte Shape Tape Contour Concealer, and mine's in the shade Fair. So obviously I've got the lightest shade in both of these because actual ghost here. So we'll see how the shades work on pale skin, and I'm going to do a little bit of a wear test, kind of. I've never done this before, so I have no idea how it's going to work. I am going to work today. I go to work at 3 till 10, and it's 12:51 now, so we'll see how it performs all day. Don't know if I'm going to be able to film at work, because that might be a bit awkward. But anyway, shall we test these out? Yes, I think we should. So I have moisturised my face, but I'm not going to use any primer for this video. Let's just really test them on their own, shall we? So let's go ahead with the foundation. That is the packaging. It looks super cute. Look at this, it's like ombre. That's awesome. When I first got this out, I recall the shade being pretty damn light. So let's just clarify that, shall we? Okay, that is the shade there. I think that's pretty pale. It's got a, I would say that's a kind of more yellowy undertone, which personally I like because I've got more kind of like neutral to yellowy undertones. I don't know if my face looks like that, but my neck definitely looks like that. I think the shade looks really pale. Obviously we'll see what it's like on the face. Okay, here's a little shade comparison on my arm. I think you can see that. So going from the end where my fingers are going, so that's the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation in Porcelain there. And then next to it is the NYX Control Drop foundation in the shade Alabaster. And then next to that is the Kat Von D foundation in Light 42. And then next to that is the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation in the shade 0.5. And then next to that is the next to that is the Dermacol foundation in 208. Then next to that is the L'Oreal Infallible foundation in the shade, I think it's Porcelain. I'll double check that. And then right at the end is the Bourjois 123 Perfect foundation. I think the shade is Light Vanilla. I will clarify that. So that's just, these are just kind of like some of my favourite foundations. Just some shade comparisons there. Lightest here would be the Kat Von D one, which is a really pale colour, but I do find the undertones are a bit too pink for me. The darkest one is probably the Bourjois one. As you can see, it looks a little bit orange. I can only really wear that one with a white mixer. Honestly, as I've said, this Tarte one at the top is probably the best in terms of undertones as well as paleness. So this is just a comparison to some shades. I'm literally just doing this because that's what the Taylor does in her videos, and I'm just going to copy her because she knows how to do foundation reviews. One thing I don't like about this is that it's like a dropper, and I recently tried the NYX Control Drop, and I find the dropper thing a little bit inconvenient because I find it just takes longer to put product all over the face. So I don't know if I'm a big fan of the dropper thing, but it doesn't matter as long as it's a good foundation. Okay, it says you need to shake it well, so we'll shake it well, shall we? I'm going to use a sponge to apply this. This one is mostly dry. There might be a little bit of moisture on this from when I weared it a few days ago, but it's mostly dry. I find that dry sponges tend to give a bit better coverage than wet ones. Okay, I've shaken it. Am I gonna just put this on my face, or am I gonna put it in the back of my hand? Let's put it on my face. Oh wait, so you press the top. Oh fuck. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Okay, well let's just blend in that little bit there. I think the shade looks really good. I'm not sure if this is meant to be like a full coverage foundation, or medium, or light. I honestly can't remember. What's that? Get out. Okay. Oh. This is what I mean. I don't like the dropper thing. I literally just got that like on my tights, which is funny because I always have shit on my tights. Yeah, I really like the colour of this. Literally, this is a really good colour for me. Like, I'm looking at my neck and like that's probably the closest match I've ever seen. Because normally like I can get shades quite pale, but the undertones are always like kind of off. I always look a bit pink or a bit white or whatever. This has got a good undertone. Okay, I would say that's probably one layer of it on. That took ages. I have to say I'm not a fan of a dropper thing because I find it just takes forever to get it on your face. But I would say this is probably a medium coverage. I'm going to build it up a little bit in a sec. This is probably the best colour match I've ever seen. I don't know if it shows on camera because colours wasn't really off on camera, but this is like the perfect colour for me, which is like amazing. I've found it, finally. Like, I wouldn't need to use anything to mix with this. The undertones just seem right. It's just, this is a good colour match for me. I'm impressed by that. It looks pretty nice, I like the finish. I'm just going to build it up a little bit. See if I can get a little bit more coverage. Okay, you probably could build this up even more, but I'm getting like really impatient. Ooh, there's a hair on my nose. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I would say that this is a medium coverage foundation. I don't think it's a full coverage foundation. But I personally think it looks really nice. It looks really like natural, it doesn't look really heavy. Again, the colour match is perfect for me. I really like how this looks actually. I think it's gorgeous, but the applicator, to be honest, in the future I think I might just pour this onto my hand and do it that way because I don't have the patience for this. But I actually do really like this foundation. If you're looking for like full coverage, not for you. If you're looking for light coverage, probably not for you. I would say this is a kind of medium coverage. You could probably maybe you could build it up to full, I'm not sure. But I like this. I like this a lot. Shall we move on to the Shape Tape before I run out of time completely? I like how massive it is. It's always good when a product's big, especially when you spend a lot of money. I just wanted to say, right, I know a lot of people say you can't get Tarte in the UK, or you can only get it from like QVC, I think the website's called. But you can get it from their website and get it shipped to the UK. It's free delivery if you spend £40. And mine took like a week to get here, which I think, considering that is from the US, I think that's pretty good that it's a week. And nothing arrived damaged or anything, everything was fine, so I don't know why people make out that you can't get Tarte in the UK, because you can. You just need to spend £40 to get free delivery. I'm not sure how much the delivery costs if you don't get £40 worth of products. But I just wanted to say that because you can get it. So that's what the shade's like. I would say it's a tiny bit darker than the foundation actually. I'm not sure if this is the perfect match, but it's pretty pale. Like, I'm impressed with the paleness, but maybe has a slight orangey tone to it. But I think it will work okay once it's blended out. Actually, just that tiny bit I put in my hand seems to be going a long way. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this. I'll put it under my eyes, I'll probably put it on my nose, and I'll put it around my mouth area and a little bit in these high points here, just because that's where I've got things I want to cover. I normally leave my forehead bare just because I don't really want extra coverage in there. Actually, I might put a little bit on my eyelids as well. Let's just apply a generous helping of this all over our face. So let's stick with that amount for now and blend. I love it. Yeah, that's really, I find that that's kind of blurred out my skin a bit as well. Like, it looks really flawless. Great coverage, obviously. I'm being hypercritical, you can still see a few things here, but like they never cover. It's just like kind of freckling and like really old acne scars that I have in this area that just don't cover. But I don't think that they look bad anyway, so I'm not really bothered if they're covered. But other than that, I would say that this coverage is really good, pretty full coverage. It's got a really nice finish, I really like it. It will definitely crease because most things that are full coverage crease, but literally all of my concealers crease actually. They don't necessarily have to be full coverage. But I'm going to set my face with powder to kind of try and prevent that. But creasing doesn't bother me too much just because I feel like my skin, it just creases no matter what. I think it's worth it. Coverage is pretty damn good. I think this looks good. My whole base could like, my whole base together, I think it looks pretty good. But I will need to set it with powder because I know some people don't set their faces with powder, which baffles me. My skin, I would say, is like combination. It can get pretty oily, but it can be dry sometimes. I would say most of the time it's fairly like normal skin. But I definitely need to set my foundation with powder because otherwise that's just going to disintegrate straight away. Foundations don't normally wear well on me because I'm a face toucher. My nose is like constantly irritated, so I'm always blowing my nose, rubbing my nose, and same around my mouth. Like when I eat, like just around my mouth things just tend to like disintegrate, so foundations don't really wear well on me normally, so bear that in mind. But I will see how it lasts. Okay, I think I'll go for a powder that's like translucent so that it doesn't really like affect the coverage or anything. This is the MUA transparent pressed setting powder. Oh great, now my face itches. Let me just give you a close-up. I don't know the lighting, the camera, what it actually looks like, but there is your close-up. Using a little contour brush, and I'm going to do my eyelids, my under eyes, and my nose with this. I'm using a bigger brush to set the rest of my face. So I've set it with some powder, still looking pretty damn flawless. I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup. I'm going to keep it pretty basic and I'll be back. Alright, so I've done the rest of my makeup and this is the finished look. If you're curious, which I don't know if you are, I've got the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara and Espresso on my eyebrows. I've got the L'Oreal X Fiber Mascara on my lashes. I've got the Tarte, oh my god, what's the thing called? I've got the Tarte Close Up Lash Liner on my waterline. Tarte Bronzer on my face, it's called Hotel Heiress. Looks like that. And I got the Exposed Highlight. It comes in like a kit, it's like the Bronze and Glow Duo or something, that's the highlight. And I've not got anything on my lips yet, I'll put something on later because I'm going to eat. But yeah, that's the rest of my makeup. Guess. I think my base looks pretty good. Obviously there's like creasage and stuff on my eyelids and under my eyes, but literally every single foundation, every single concealer, it just does that. It's just a thing. And I have no idea what's going to happen from this point onwards. What the situation with lighting and places I can film is going to be. So obviously it's going to get dark, but we'll see you soon. See how this wears. So wear tests and foundation are just never going to work on me because I'll start the day looking pretty cute, and then by the end of it I just look like this, and like I've got like smudged mascara and eyeliner, like everything just comes off around here and on my nose. But honestly, like the foundation's still on my face, and in areas it kind of looks okay. It's still there. So that's something. It's, what time was the time? It's about 11:30 now, so it's been on for like, I can't do that kind of maths. It's probably like 1 PM that I finished putting on the foundation. So that's 10 hours? 10 hours? So yeah, it's been on for 10 hours. And considering, I mean, the fact that it's still on in certain places is something. Again, like longevity of foundations isn't something I care too much about, just because I'm always gonna look like a mess at the end of the day, regardless. That's just my life. But honestly, my skin doesn't look terrible, and the areas where it's come off, it's like my own fault, because I was drinking this like smoothie and it just went all over here, and like I don't even understand. But I would actually say that it looks okay, and like these bits on my face, it's starting to kind of go a bit weird in this bit here on my forehead, but again, that's something that happens with all my foundations. I've just got weird like texture in this bit, but kind of top bit of my forehead, it doesn't look too bad. Under my eyes, I mean, it's still there under my eyes, but it's kind of a little bit dodgy, but you know, I don't really, the point of the matter is I don't really care. I like the foundation, so maybe I'll do a better job at doing wear tests in the future. I do want to review more foundations. On the off chance that someone actually watches this video, I wouldn't mind some suggestions for foundations to review. Well, foundations and concealers, because I used a concealer, didn't I? I like to spend too much on foundations. I don't really want to spend more than like £30, because I only really get high-end products as like a treat every now and then. Most of the time I'm pretty much a drugstore person when it comes to all makeup, really. But yeah, I would like to do some more foundation reviews, concealer reviews, things like that. So I mean, how terrible do I look? Pretty terrible, but I still think the foundation's really good and the concealer's really good. So anyway, bye. I might do some like shade comparisons on my arm at some point and edit that in somewhere in here. I don't know. Bye.